Hey, my YouTube substers. So I just wanted to share with you guys something that I came across recently. It's an article by the Oakland Tribune, and the headline says, DEA IRS give local police holiday gift from confiscated drug money. Now, if you guys remember in my Big Meech and the Black Mafia family video, I touched on the fact that a lot of the money, actually all of the money, and any assets that they receive, they meaning the DEA, receive, is put into the US Treasury. So, you know, this isn't new to me. It's not new to anybody that's watched the video. But I still can't believe the balls of the people in the IRS and the people in the DEA office who would say, let's take this $1.2 million and give it to the police departments, when really they should be giving it to the communities that have been destroyed. But let me go ahead and read the article. Federal agents issued the ultimate stocking stuffer Thursday when they gave more than $1.2 million in drug money confiscated from a former Hayward medical marijuana store to 5 Bay Area police agencies. Drug Enforcement Administration and the Internal Revenue Service agents announced the distribution of the money from the U.S. Department of Treasury Asset Forfeiture Fund at the Ronald V. Dellums Federal Building in downtown Oakland. The Assets Forfeiture Program is one of the federal government's most effective tools against drug trafficking. Really? Listen to that. The Assets Forfeiture Program is one of the federal government's most effective tools against drug trafficking, money laundering, and organized crime. Really? So how is that program effective against drug trafficking? How is it thwarting drug trafficking? What he should have said was the Assets Forfeiture Program is one of the federal government's most lucrative ways of shaking down drug dealers. That's what should have been said. The article goes on to say the program disrupts and dismantles criminal enterprises by seizing their assets and then distributes those resources to local law enforcement to fight crime. Believe me, they aren't fighting crime anymore with the funds that they're taking away from the community than they would be if they were using just the funds from wherever they normally get them. And by the way, if this money is being taken from the Treasury and given to these different agencies, who's handling the money? And who's to say that that money is actually going to the expenses of putting more police on the street? Who's monitoring this? Who's keeping account of the funds that are going out? Anyways, the chief of police, Diane Urban, went on to say that this is a true holiday gift. Her department actually received nearly $475,000, the largest payment. She says it will allow us to offer a higher level of service to our community and to combat crime with funds during tough economic times. So all you drug dealers that are out there and you're making millions and millions of dollars, you will now know, or you should be now aware, that your money is not only going into the US Treasury, But it's also going to the police who have arrested you. Ain't that some shit? So now they're benefiting from your hard work. Everybody's benefiting from your hard work except you. The IRS, the DEA, the US Treasury, the police departments, at least in Oakland, all benefiting from your blood, sweat, tears, and destruction. And what do you have to show for it? A suit, possibly in orange, and some type of identifying wristband and paperwork that says that you are sentenced to X amount of years in prison for dealing drugs for the United States government. Because now they've taken your money and used it to pay their employees. The article goes on to say the Southern Alameda County Narcotics Enforcement Team, which includes Newark, Union City, and Fremont officers, also received almost $475,000. So they're spreading it wide. Police departments in Livermore, Vallejo, and South San Francisco each received nearly $95,000. The various cash amounts are based upon the agency's participation in an investigation, and the funds can be used for law enforcement. Can be used for law enforcement. It doesn't say must be used for law enforcement. It says can. So can it also be used for personal expenses? Who's to say? But all I'm saying to you guys is, think twice before you get out there and sell drugs. Because now you know who the biggest drug dealer is. And it ain't you. And the funny thing about it is, none of those people have to get out there and work the corners. None of those people have to get out there and deal with crackhead drama. None of those people are even out there risking their lives or their freedom. But they're still reaping the benefits of your labor. Think about that.